Hello, my name is Dr. Jeremy Brecky. I am the trumpet professor at North Dakota State University in Fargo, North Dakota. And this is a short video on how to prepare and perform the 2020 North Dakota All-State Trumpet Audition. We'll start with the scales. They ask for A flat major and 2 octaves. When you practice this though, practice it 1 octave at a time, and slow, and even slurred, just to get the right fingers and play in tune. And that means using your 3rd slide for the D flat. You need to kick your 3rd slide pretty far out for the D flat and then in right away for the E flat. So it'll sound practice them slow and in tune, and then do the 2nd octave with a slight crescendo, I suggest, as you go up, and then decrescendo when you come down. And then put them together, and it's tongued up and slur down. And it is at 180, which is I suggest hold the last note for like a whole note. Then the chromatic scale. Again, 2 octaves, but practice it 1 octave at a time. Quick trumpet tip, start with your 3rd slide kicked out so that when you go to the C sharp, it's all ready to go. And then you kick it in a little bit for the D, halfway in, and then all the way in for the E flat. And again, do it slowly, 1 octave at a time, and like the major scale. On the upper one, if you do one of 2 things. If you can't get all the way up to high C, either just go up to whatever note you feel comfortable going up to and then go back down. If it's a G, if it's an A, whatever, then come back down. Or if you happen to fuzz out when you go up there a little bit, just keep blowing, do the right fingers, and then catch yourself on the way down again. This one is at 120, so that would be like a march tempo. Beam, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. And then of course I leave it out when I get back down to the C sharp and I go to the C. You can just leave it out when you get to the C. You don't have to kick it back in. Another thing is to say the notes, name the notes in your head as you go up and down. It'll help you from not getting lost. Then the next one is the etude. It comes out of the Rubang book. If you didn't know, I have it right here. And you might have just got the etude itself, but it comes out of this book. It's a popular book. And a couple things about this. When you first start to play this, do it all slurred and do it slowly. Nice and slurred and slow, and get the notes down in your ear and using your air all the way up and down. And so forth. Just go through it slur to get it in your head, nice and easy. Take breaks in there and in between sections or whatever, and get a good feel for it. Then when you go to start tonguing it, this is almost a minute long of single tonguing. So you want to work on your single tongue. And all you need to do for that is to pick one note, and it could be a G, could be an E, could be high E, whatever you want, and just single tongue for a minute. I guarantee you'll be amazed at how tired your tongue will get after just about 10 or 20 seconds. So along with that, think of what you want your eighth notes to sound like. Do you want them to sound, really short and pecky, or really long and legato? Probably somewhere in between. So not, and then probably not, but maybe more in the middle, like. So if you can't do one note for a minute, there's going to be no way you're going to be able to single tongue this, probably at all. So try to get your single tongue working first. And then another practice technique is to start from the back and start from the end and work your way backwards. So meaning start with the last 4 eighth notes into the last note. So you'd go, and if you messed it up again, you do it again until you feel very comfortable with it, and then add the 4 before that. So here's the beginning of the penultimate measure. And then add 4 eighth notes before that. And then add 4 eighth notes before that. And work your way backwards. You'll be amazed at how quick you'll probably learn this etude doing it that way. You're always playing to what you know then, rather playing to what you don't know. Then work this up slowly up to tempo. It's pretty fast. It's a half note equals 92. Let me click that off here. And if you can't play it that fast, you can't play it that fast, and you won't. So get it as fast where it sounds good, and go with that. Here is 92 for a half note. Made a little boo-boo in there and chipped a little note. If you do miss something, try not to let it get to you. You can't go back and stop and fix it. So you don't practice always stopping and going back and fixing things. You got to also play through things as well. So while we don't want to practice mistakes, don't practice always stopping and going back either. The next thing on the audition is the solo, and have a good part, a minute or so of your solo. You'll have that probably, I'm sure, ready to go. And then the next part is sight reading. A couple helpful things about sight reading. The most important part of sight reading is rhythm and time. Just like I was saying, of course in sight reading you can't go back and fix it. You have to keep going and charging ahead. And the best way to practice sight reading is to do it. So you could get maybe the Rubank book, and you could play through some of the etudes in there. Try to get some music where you can sight read. Maybe try to play some duets and sight read with a friend. That is another way to practice sight reading, because you can't stop when you're playing with somebody else either, right? Then after that, the most important thing is the key signature, dynamics, and articulations. So make sure you spend time looking at the sight reading piece and be able to hum it in your head really quickly, like look at it and just like, well, how does this go? And breathe, go through it, and then also look for maybe some couple more technical hard things that might be, ooh, I better look at that, and then spend a couple seconds singing it, doing the fingers, and then proceed. And make sure you got to keep going, you got to keep looking ahead and not stopping. So there's some hopefully helpful hints for you for the North Dakota All-State Trumpet Audition. Good luck to you all, and if you have any questions, please feel free to get a hold of me. You can get my information on the NDSU School of Music website, and you can feel free to email me, or my cell phone is on there too. Good luck to you all. Bye-bye.